Don't know where it goes. I'm on a road. Follow your heart. It won't let you down. Follow your heart. Take the steps beyond your way. Take the steps. When you have a dream, you gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. Hello, we are on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. Your one stop for indie artists. I'm telling you, if you like indie music, you got to go there. All kinds of genres. And if you are an indie artist, you want to be there because they really take care of indie artists. They actually pay them when they get played, and they have curated playlists and all kinds of good stuff. So check out them. We also are brought to you by Hotel Universe, video management, all your video needs, because everyone wants to be competitive. We don't compete with each other. We are competitive. And tell them, Hotel Universe, tell them Randie sent you. They'll hook you up and give you a nice deal. And we have people listening, our radio stations listening. We have My Indie Radio out in Paris, streams us on Thursdays. And then we have the Plow Zone in California. You can hear us on Wednesdays. And all the streaming platforms, anywhere you want to be, you find the ranch, because it's always a great day on the ranch. And so I'm always happy to be here. Although today I had to stop my Stranger Things marathon to hang out with you guys, because I love you guys more than ice cream. I really do. I love being here with you guys. And my marathon wasn't going well. I just kept getting interrupted. I don't know. So we have a great, great show lined up for you today. Like, I span the globe to bring you the best in indie Americana music. And when I say I span the globe, I span the globe. Sometimes we're in Canada, sometimes we're in the United States, sometimes we're in the UK. And today, one of my favorite places, we are going to Melbourne. It is actually 11 o'clock there. They are a day ahead of us. So it's the coolest thing that Leigh has taken time out from her day to be with us on the ranch. Hello, Leigh. How are you?
Hi, Randie. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad you were able to fit us in. I know how busy you are. I know how much traveling you do.
Oh, it's always a lot of fun, but it's nice to be here in, I think, the music capital of Australia, Melbourne. It's definitely got a lot going on, so good to be here.
Let's continue our conversation about music capital, because as I said before the show, I do span the globe for indie Americana music, and it is all over the globe. And I think there are some really great hot spots that are putting Nashville to shame these days. And
well, I need to know. Give me the hot tips.
Melbourne, are you kidding me? I just think that Nashville has become very commercial. It's kind of become a frat party, and it's not really about the music anymore. Like, people just want to go into a club, get drunk, and listen to music, and they don't care what band they're listening to.
It's a different style of thing. Like, if you're going downtown, if you're on Broadway and you want to, go out with your bridesmaids or do a hens party or a bucks party or some sort of, like, you want to party, you'll find a party in Nashville any night of the week, that's for sure. And there'll be awesome music. And, if you want to go to any of the cool bars that are owned by your favorite singer, or do sort of really cool touristy stuff like that, there's a lot of really cool, fun party touristy stuff to do. But yeah, I think it can be harder to find that authentic singer-songwriter, indie kind of up-and-coming songwriter round, Nashville round type thing. Like, the listening rooms are really good, but again, you kind of need to know where to go, or like the Blue Cafe, Bluebird. Yeah, so like those sorts of things, you have to kind of seek it out. They're still there. It's just, it's definitely undershadowed by the neon lights.
The neon lights.
It's just fun for a time,
That's beautiful. We have some listeners already. Billy, hello, Billy.
Hi.
Good evening. He's already sending me some smiles. So
Cool.
And Ray says hello to everyone.
Yeah,
Shout it
hi,
out. We got some people listening. I want to know where you guys are listening from. I see there's some people online. I mean, I want to see how far across the globe we can go. I know Billy's in New York.
yeah.
See who else is listening. But definitely. Now, Melbourne, big water area, and I surf, but I do scuba as well.
Yes, yeah. I'll say I've got my open water license as well, but I'm definitely more of be on the beach and the surface of the water. I'm not. I did it, and I love swimming behind the turtles, but the sharks and all the big, I don't know, and the shipwrecks. I think it's just I'm good. Like I can't sing underwater, so I need to be able
I
to take
love
good deep
underwater.
breath.
I
Yeah,
love
but I love
underwater.
swimming.
But shipwrecks are notorious for sharks.
Yeah, on my first dive, my instructor got me to pat a tiger shark, and I was trying to remember the word for no underwater. like,
That's out of air, isn't it? Out of air.
was like, put it on there, and I was like,
So yeah, I'm one of those psychos. It's the action junkie in me. I was in Freeport in the Bahamas and actually went shark diving. Like took a course. We were with like 25 Caribbean reef sharks.
I don't even watch the movies with sharks in it. I'm like, once that music starts, like, dun, and I'm like, I'm out. TV's off.
You know what? I'm gonna blame my mother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame my mother. Like, I don't know, she was off doing her own thing, and like I was reading Jaws in 8th grade, and The Godfather and Stephen King, and today I would be sent for a psych eval, like for sure. Like I'd be evaluating myself on the stuff I was doing.
Have you been to Australia? Have you been around the coast at all? Or
No, I have not. It is on my list, and I keep talking to Barbara and Grant from Galaxy 107 FM. We try to get hooked up, and I was hoping that I was going to do it this spring. So I have to talk to them. That's in New Zealand, and swing over to Australia. I would love it. I've been trying. I had it like right before COVID, and everything got shut down, and I just haven't put my skates back on to do it again. But
Randie, I tell everyone to leave Australia in their travels to last, because it is one of those places that once you visit, you won't want to leave.
I'm afraid of that. I really am.
That's a genuine fear. It is a genuine fear, because that's what happens. I mean, that's how most Australians, like it's a country built on immigration, and people come here and they don't want to leave because it's so beautiful.
Wait.
So, I mean, leave it, travel the world, visit Australia, and then you can just find your roots,
Wasn't it a country built on like the UK sending their criminals to Australia?
Yeah, well, the Americans, put a stop to that happening with them, and so they had to find somewhere else. And Australia was that somewhere else.
Yeah, the United States said, "Heck with you! We're done with the Brits."
Yeah,
So the criminals somewhere else ready to go to Australia.
But no, they found Australia shortly after that, and we became the new, colony. But it probably really started to, again, Australia didn't want people to know how wealthy Australia was and how amazing it was. And so we'd send over like reports of, there's lots of really dangerous snakes and spiders, and it's a really scary place to be, because there was so much gold and so much wealth and so much mining. And there was it's really rich, beautiful country. And I think we still do it. I think there's still, like, if you go to any museum anywhere in the world, all the animals from Australia are like,
little koala bears, little kangaroos that'll box you though. Billy always wanted to go there. Our listeners want to. It's on their list too. Quite a few.
All the fears that they try and scare people into not coming, they're not real. So, I mean, they're real if you're in the outback, but not in the cities and in the towns.
I know. After the fires, I mean, Australia the whole country was on fire a few years ago, and I actually adopted a bunch of koalas because they were in trouble. So I helped them out.
Funny you mentioned the fires. That was actually what pushed me into releasing my first ever song.
You're kidding. Tell me about that.
So I had a song that honestly, I met someone in a pool when I was with my kid, and they'd seen some music and they helped me produce my music for the first time ever. Before that, all I'd done was like, maybe do a little song and put it on Facebook. And so I had this song sitting there, and it was a song called All I Can Do. And it was a song that I wrote after I'd been through a really intense like child sexual abuse court case, where I was like the key witness and I was struggling. And so I'd written this song with Smokey Pete, a really good friend of mine, and it made me cry. It meant a lot to me, and it was a part of my healing journey. And so it's called All I Can Do. And this guy had like done a real cool pop mix. It was done in Europe. My vocals were recorded in like a closet. Like it was a really rough recording, but it sounded like still Nashville quality. And so I released it. It went straight to radio, and I was sitting in Queensland, and my family were really close. Where I grew up was really close to the fires in East Victoria. And I remember singing the song and crying at this pub in Queensland, going like, I don't know if my family are going to be okay. My best friend from school is out there literally frontlining, facing these fires with the fire brigade. And I felt so helpless. And so I was playing this song, and I had been holding off releasing any music because I also didn't know what to do when it came to releasing music.
Right.
And I just wanted to be able to do something. And so I had this song, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to release it because I want to show these people, my family, my friends, that I'm thinking about them, and this is all I can do. And so I released it for them. And then like a week later, Pink donated, I don't know, $500,000. It became like this
heard your song and donated, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I just kind of like put it out there, and it was received well. But then, yeah, obviously I didn't release it. Like I didn't do any marketing. I just chucked it up on Facebook, and I put it on Spotify, and I did all the wrong things. But it still got out there, and it's still probably one of my most streamed songs on social media.
Oh, that's a great story. It's tragedy spurred you to kind of, follow your heart and release some music.
Yeah, well, it got me out there, and I started doing it, and I've just been fumbling my way through it ever since. But it started with the fires, yeah, kind of.
Everyone does that their first time around. You don't know what you're doing. You think you do. Oh, how hard could this be? Yeah. And you throw it out there, and it's like dun dun dun.
Yeah. You think you're gonna upload it to Spotify, and you'll become like super famous and in high demand instantly.
And then you realize there's 200,000 songs a day go up on Spotify a day.
It used to be 10,000, I think, since the creation of AI.
Now I think it's like 200,000.
Yeah, it's so much mud. But I think it's only like 1% or I think the top 10% of music online actually gets more than 10 streams.
Yeah.
So like what that tells me is that people are making music, they're putting it online, and they don't even promote it, but they don't even listen to it themselves. So there's just so much mud online to be able to filter through. It's very difficult.
I can't blame Spotify for saying there's so much music being uploaded. They now say if you don't have 1,000 streams within a certain amount of time, they pull your song off.
Really?
Yeah, they started that a couple months ago.
Oh wow. Honestly, I don't use Spotify. My music's on Spotify for people who use it, but I don't really get it. My podcast is on there, and I find it a really useful place for podcasting. Songwriter Trist gets a lot of listenership through Spotify, but I find it a difficult platform to use. And so,
it is. It doesn't.
And the numbers, all that sort of stuff. So
it doesn't allow you to manipulate, to promote, you have to promote through them to promote, and it really falls flat, except for their people with a lot of money behind them, and you're paying for their marketing, and it's not worth the 0.0004 cents that.
It's one of those things you just got to kind of be everywhere, especially as an independent artist. It is about like trying to find each other. And I guess I find people through social media. I've never found anyone through Spotify. So that's I've never discovered someone through Spotify.
Yeah, no one's ever walked up to me and said, "I heard you on Spotify. I couldn't wait to see you."
No, we met through another podcasty thing. and then through Facebook and Instagram and
Yeah.
that seems to be an ecosystem where I discover people, and then I talk to them on my podcast, and then they have a friend, and then it is word of mouth, but there's a little bit of algorithm to it. Whereas with music, I just don't have that like personal connection into people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your musical journey here. Let's circle back. The first song we're going to hear is "Into Your Dreams." So, tell us about your songwriting process, how that song came about.
Into the Dream is so when I write songs, I like to think about the emotional landscape and what's the story and what's the emotional pull, and is it a story about an entire life from birth to death, or is it like a tiny little moment in time that can be honored by this? So this is a moment in time song. I went through a breakup. It was my first ever boyfriend out of high school. We were going to get married. We met at a youth Christian camp, that whole like first love. And when we broke up, I was shattered. Like I really had lost, like I had this idea of what was going to happen after school, and we'd met and we started dating, and he really pushed for us to date. Like I didn't want to date just because I wasn't, I was very ambitious. I wasn't going to date and get married and have kids and all this stuff. And, but he really pushed. He was like, this is, so I finally gave in, and we dated for 2 years. And when we broke up, I just was shattered. And I remember being almost like, in denial, going through like this whole grief process. But one of the things that happened was I would go to sleep and I would have these like really vivid dreams where like we're still together, but we're not. And like I'd miss his family, or I'd be at their house and they're like, oh, what are you doing here? Because, you guys aren't together anymore. Like it was very bizarre. And it was a part of this Into the Dream kind of is this sad but sort of grief-stricken song of this girl who has lost her partner, and the only way she gets to be with the partner is in her dream. So she wants to go into the dream to be with this person that she's lost. And then the music video, which we spent a lot of time on, actually sort of follows that storyline of music being there to support her while she's going through her grief.
And it's interesting. I love the one line. You open with it, I still sleep on the right. And a lot of people do that even after they break up. They still have 2 pillows on their bed. I finally had to take the second pillow out. I'm like, done. By one pillow. I'm in the middle of the bed now,
Yeah, it is.
It's like the residual is still there, as you transition your life.
And it is. So it is. It's just like honoring that moment. Because I think as well, like for me, looking back at that moment, I can go, I really learned a lot from that, and I've moved on, and obviously I've grown up from it. But at the time, mentally, I was really struggling. Like, and I was probably close. If you talked to me at that moment in my life of grieving, I was probably almost borderline suicidal. Like because I was so heartbroken. Like that first heartbreak, you think you're never going to be loved again. You're never going to find it again. All this sort of stuff. And so to be able to sing the song and honor that moment and that experience, but to also like help people go, hey, remember that time when your heart was really broken, and look where you are now. Look how you've grown. Things are okay. It wasn't the end of the world. We've moved on. And you can actually, for me, I learned to say, okay, I was able to get through that. And I think recognizing as humans that we're resilient, and that when we have these really low moments, that we can rise up out of it, whether it's through connections with other people, or for me, music's really got me through a lot of those really tough times. Whatever it is we need to use, we get through it. And that's kind of what this song is. So it's a country classic pop song. I wrote it with some awesome friends on a full moon. So that's why the full moon came in. And then we filmed the music video on a full moon. And the girl, Tiana Storm, that I wrote the song with, and 2 other guys, I swear she's like a full moon angel, because I only ever see her during a full moon. And I do not plan that. But for some reason, the only time that we can see each other in events or whatever it is that we're planning seems to be on a full moon. So like I just had a short film screening in the Gold Coast, and she was coming, and we're both driving to the theater, and we're like, it's a bloody full moon. It's like,
That's so weird.
Not planned at all. So that's full moons in the chorus, yeah.
Of course. All right, let's listen to In the Dream. Into the Dream.
Into the dream.
When I go to bed at night, I still sleep on the right, 'cause the left is where you are when I close my eyes. I'm falling into the dream. You left our home to chase your dream. My heart was torn and I still bleed. Broken hearted, left alone with memories. Falling into the dream. I'm falling into the dream of you. When the full moon rises in the midnight glow, it takes me back to words I know. Like our first kiss, I can still smell the rain. Like a slow deep breath on a cold winter's day. Fading into you, into the dream. There's a place that we can go where nobody else knows. It's a secret place where we can hide. I'm falling into the dream. I'm falling into the dream of you. When the full moon rises in the midnight glow, it takes me back to words I know. Like our first kiss, I can still smell the rain. Like a slow deep breath on a cold winter's day. Fading into you, into the dream. Into the dream. You took the cat and all the dishes. You run away with all my wishes. In the night I'm burnt, but I don't know. And some nights I can tell the difference. You're not here and I have no defense to the summer love and touch I find in that full moon rising in the midnight glow. It takes me back to what I know. Like our first kiss, I can still smell the rain. Like a slow deep breath on a cold winter's day. Fading into you, into the dream. Into the dream. Into the
And we are back on the branch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. You like what you're hearing? Go to Blast Music 24/7. You're going to find a lot of great music, all different styles of music. And you'll find a lot of great podcasts like The Ranch. We are also on all streaming services. YouTube is a big one. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Pod Paradise, Listen Notes. We're everywhere you want to be. So welcome to The Ranch, where we're talking with Leigh from Melbourne, all the way around the world. And I do mean literally around the world. So I'm just so excited to have you. And I just want to also talk to our listeners who are out there. We have Plow Zone in California and My Indie Radio in Paris. So we are really spanning the globe tonight, which really makes me so excited because I love all you guys. But Ray, I just want to circle back to what you were saying before, and you skimmed over it, but I'm coming back to it if you want to talk about it. When you talked about a witness to child abuse and the case you were involved in, and I'm also a survivor, me too, and I've also worked with kids in that environment. I've been a crisis counselor, addiction counselor for 30 some years, which is why I love the song Love Me.
Thank you.
Coming up, because it's so simple. Like, you know, you come out of something like a breakup, something like a hardship, like abuse, like trauma, and you need a song like "People Just Love Me" from all my warts and everything that comes with it.
Yeah. It feels like that. It feels like that sometimes. Like, I wrote that song. When I wrote that song, I was angry. Randie, I'll tell you, like I was kind of furious. Like there was a deep-seated rage inside of me because I survived 8 years of child sexual abuse. I was groomed from the age of 3, and I was also raised in the Pentecostal church, and the church system that I was a part of, the religious system that I was a part of, there was some definite non-transparent, conformist, cult-like ideals that only enhanced or enabled this type of child sexual abuse and grooming. And there wasn't access at the time. I'm talking like 90s. There wasn't access to internet. I had the Bible or an out-of-date encyclopedia. Like that is all I had for information once I could read. And I read that entire encyclopedia and I read that entire Bible, looking for answers of like, what is wrong with me? Right. Why am I being told that I'm wrong? And that all my feelings of this behavior that I don't like, but I feel out of control to be able to stop it. But I don't like, but all the adults around me are telling me it's okay. And like, there was just such confusion. And I was raised that, very happy, clappy Jesus clapper. Look, I have faith, but there was a certain level of naivety that they encouraged in the church I grew up in that didn't allow you to ask questions. If you were sad, then you didn't have enough faith in Jesus. If you got depression or if there was something wrong, it was your fault. And that you had to have more faith. And that you had to pray harder for forgiveness. And there was definitely some conflicting to what I believe now and what I believe is right versus the teachings that I was definitely raised growing up. And so one of the things that I was taught was that we had to save people. We had to be out on the streets preaching Jesus' name and, throwing Bibles at people and telling them that they were loved, because if you didn't tell them that their blood was on your hands, they would go to hell. And like, this was like, it was super anxiety provoking. Yeah. But it made me feel like I was wrong and that I needed fixing because of what had happened to me. Mm-hmm. And I think after therapy and going through, like I did after I became a mum, I reported the pedophile to police, and I went through this massive court case, and we were successful in reaching 9 different charges of indecent sexual assault and rape towards a minor. And he went to prison. And so I've got a whole book about that that's coming out. But this song was really my plea to Christians to stop judging people and to stop telling people that they're not good enough. Just love the way that God loves, because, he says we're made in his image, and God doesn't make one tree with the same shaped branches, and he doesn't make one flower with the same shaped petals, and that we need to just learn to love and appreciate humans as nature, as the beautiful creations that we are, that we're all individually made, but we're wonderfully and beautifully made. And that's what that song is. So it's funny because it's a very sweet song, and it's like, it's a plea to love me and stop judging me and just love,
But as soon as you said about the child abuse, I knew what the song was about.
Yeah.
I put it together. Really? And my journey was a little different from you, as I had been abused, and I turned to the church to try to get help. And my eyes were open there. They weren't going to help me. they saw, so many signs, and they weren't going
The
to
first
do anything.
person I spoke to was the pastor's wife, and instead of getting support, it just spread like wildfire, gossip throughout the entire church community, and I was gone. Like, I mean, and people don't. I don't think people understand, because gossip is such a massive form of entertainment, especially in small towns and small communities. And so I'm aware of that. But I don't know if people really understand the damage that gossip does, and that the only thing we can do to help people with gossip is to keep our mouths shut and stop it with us. That is the only thing we can control. And if we have a problem with it, we need to seek that help. But gossip is just the killer of the soul and killer of communication and connection in human rights. But yeah, anyway.
I can go on and on because when I find that people have been talking behind my back, or, heads up, Randie, people are talking, don't even tell me if they're going to talk behind my back.
The amount of things I've been told that I've done.
I know. Keep making it up. It's probably more entertaining than the truth, because reality really can suck and hurt.
Yeah, look, I'm the first artist that will say, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Right.
But
when I heard that line, I was like, you are so right. You're so right, because, you get to gossip and blah, 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 and you don't have to do anything about it. You just get to support a story, and it provides help for nobody. It's just so much harm. So much
harm. It comes
in,
and we've got to just get good at putting walls up and putting that into the bin, rather than letting it go in and then out.
So, all right, everyone, we got to listen to Love Me.
Okay, listen to
it. We know the backstory here. All right.
I'm walking on water. Jesus showed me how, and I cry every hour. These tidal waves bring me down, and I call out when I fall, and He hears me when I say nothing at all. Love me, I don't need you to judge me. Like a flower in a field, I don't need to be healed. Just love me, love me, love me. Love me, love me, love me. Loving's never easy. Darkness comes on its own. Bright lights feed me. The spirits bring me home. I call out when I pray, and they hear me. When I love me, I don't need you to judge me. Like a flower in a field, I don't need to be healed. Just love me, love me, love me. Love me, love me, love me. And I'm running slowly. Love me, I don't need you to judge me. Like a flower in a field, I don't need to be healed. Just love me, love me, love me. Love me, love me, love me. Just love me, love me, love me. I don't need you to judge me. Like a flower in a field, I don't need to be healed.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie music. We also have our listeners, which I love you guys listening out in the Plow Zone in California, my indie radio out in Paris. And Billy's right. This is a very deeply emotional song. You hear it without even knowing the backstory, and you could put your own story to it, which is what I really love about good music. It's really kind of universal to the listener, so what they can go through, what they are going through. But I read your comment, Ray, also that it was a hard song to video, especially at night, the forest at night. But
Yeah.
it did come out really well. I know my listeners can't see it, but it was set at night, and there's things in the background. Um,
The film industry is very fun. I work in the film industry as well, but this particular one was very guerrilla, and where we were filming was actually at the top of a massive waterfall. So like just off from where I'm standing, there's like this massive drop. It's
oh,
probably very like a man fell and died from there a week after we filmed it. So like it was very dangerous. And there was one guy that he had to stand in the water for like an hour holding a light, and he got leeches on his foot. So like we bled for this song, but the vision of what came out, I'm really glad we did. But it was just a 4-person crew. One of the guys had gallstones and was like vomiting. Like it was so ambitious, but I'm glad that it came out the way it did, because it made it all worth it. But it was a tough one. I wouldn't recommend doing what we did.
You know, it's funny. It sounds like a sweet song until you really sit down and listen to the anger of "Love Me, Love Me, Love Me" that actually comes across. I know my song that I wrote about my abuse was called "If Teddy Bears Could Talk," and it's interesting that guys never got it. They thought it was just an innocent, what's the bear watching? Girls always got it. You know, like depending on what they were listening to. My family absolutely hated it. My sisters were like, "How could you even?" And I'm like, "I'm nothing to hide. It wasn't my fault, you know." And that's what we do. We hide because we're shamed. We're shamed like we did something wrong.
It's our fault. Yeah. No, I know it's difficult, and it's funny. Like I do work a lot in, and I want to break the barrier on child sexual abuse. It's something that we have to talk about, because if we don't talk about it, the only people we're protecting are the pedophiles. So like we have to talk about it. They're the only people that benefit from us not talking about it. So we have to talk about it, right? It is one of those things that there is so much misinformation about sexual abuse that men are not immune to sexual abuse, and men don't talk about it. I've had people message me and tell me their stories, and they are men, and they're like, why don't men talk about it? They don't understand how the body is mechanical. The body responds to sexual abuse. Even if you don't want the sexual and it's not consensual, your body could still enjoy sex, even if it's rape. And people don't understand those sorts of things. And it really messes with your body. It messes with your spirit. It messes with your self-identity. And that's why I think for me, music saved my life, because it's been a chance for me to reintegrate my spirit and my body and reconnect the two. And my therapist used to always tell me music saved my life, but I was like, no, but it really has. And I'm so grateful that I get to give it back.
And I really think guys have a harder time recovering from sexual abuse because of their physical reactions that they can't control, and a lot of it has come out with the priest abuse. A lot of them, guys in authority, and that's how that triggers a whole lot of different types of things. And
there's this fear of masculinity as well, though, that masculinity means you can't talk about it because you'll be victim shamed. There's this fear of being victim shamed. Or like, it's not rape if you're a guy, it's surprise sex. And like, that's a joke that is massive in Australia, because men always want sex, and it's a masculine thing to want to have sex. And it's like, actually, it's a human thing to want to have human spiritual connection in the sexual act. And when that disconnection happens, it's just unhealthy for everyone. So there needs to be a healing discussion that starts to happen around that. And that's a part of, my story, but it's also my music and my films. And like my film that's coming out next year is about domestic violence. And, we have to have a fun way to be able to talk about this sort of stuff so that we can better understand what's actually going with ourselves when we go through it, and better understand how to support other people when they're going through it.
When they're going through it. Well, I might have a song for your domestic violence because I wrote one called Olivia, my murder ballad. Yeah, so
I need to hear that. Yeah. I have a murder ballad too coming out next year. Yay! Let's all go kill people.
If it raises awareness, it's happening anyway. Let's talk about it. Let's start a dialogue, put a beat behind it, and people listen, And
my murder ballad is about marriage. I don't know.
Same thing, Sorry. Yeah. I was really negative. I'm a little jaded, I guess.
Yeah. Go.
I'm open-minded. Well, maybe.
Yeah. Art is such a healthy way to express ourselves and all the weird and wonderful thoughts and emotions that we have. So it's a safe place.
I know. I have to say, a lot of my songs that we take a little bit of our world and we embellish. It doesn't make it,
It's still a story. Yeah.
It's still a story.
Yeah. It's creative.
Creative. And I think the last song kind of brings you kind of full circle with Just Like That.
Yes. Yeah, Just Like That. I actually entered a songwriting competition in Queensland, and if you won the competition, you got the song produced and a music video. So that was the prize, and I won with Just Like That because it was sort of a female empowerment song. So the production will happen through JMC Academy in Brisbane, and Daniel Sporowski is a great producer and he's a lecturer there, and he's also an awesome musician. So he did the song. We kind of worked on it together in the studio, and then we had the head of film put together the music video in their studios there. And so, I mean, it was a fun project. And that one, again, is about, I guess, me learning that I don't have to, I learned not to have many boundaries. And I don't know if that's your experience, Randie, but I just didn't feel like I was worth or lovable enough to be allowed to have boundaries, and that everyone else was more important. And so whatever they wanted, I had to just go along with. And I hadn't really grown up. Even though I became a mum with 3 kids by the time I was 28 years old. I was, life was kind of over for me. And I'm still growing up. I'm still learning. And Just Like That is probably for me that moment of going, I don't have to play these games anymore. Mm-hmm. I get to choose what I want and what I want with my body and with my life. And especially for my children, I needed to be able to make those things so that I was okay, so that I could be a good person, a good mother for them. So that's kind of the story of Just Like That. But it's a bit of a fun one. We use some cool metaphors and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, and it won some awards. Cool. Good for you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Now, let me just ask you, just songwriting process. We're kind of deep into the emotions here. Backing up a little bit, you start with lyrics and the whole idea. You start with some guitar parts. What's your process?
I probably start with the idea and the emotion first, and then I find that emotional sound on my instrument, and I'll pick between a guitar or a piano. And so that's probably evident through the songs that I've released so far. Some are very piano focused, some are very guitar focused. So Just Like That's a guitar song. I found the chords that I wanted to use and that feeling or that emotion in the sound, and then I kick off. And for me, it's most of the time it's about finding that first line, that first picture, because I think it's really important in a song to show people really quickly where are you and what's happening. So just like Into the Dream, it's when I go to bed, I still sleep on the right. Okay, she's at bed, she's at home, and she's by herself. I think you have to answer a lot of questions really quickly in a song so that people aren't wasting time thinking, oh, what's going on here? They kind of feel like they know what it's about really quickly, and they can kind of just enjoy the story and listen. So you've got to dive in. So for me, that's kind of once I have, where are we and what's happening in the first few lines, then it comes down to the chorus and the hook and what's going to be the hook and the line and the core message of the song. And then just fleshing out all the lyrics around that and painting the story and trying to show, don't tell. I'm a big believer in show, don't tell. And sometimes you have to tell, but most of the time you can just show it and you don't actually have to say anything. And I think that is what makes it, like you were saying earlier, that's what allows people to put themselves into it, because you're showing it. You're not telling them how to feel. You're just showing them something that might make them feel a certain way.
Yeah. And I was just going to explain, you did a good job on what showed them. Don't tell. You don't want cliche lines. I was walking down the street and whatever. You know, you want to be a little bit more, expansive than that. Use a little bit more, I'm trying to find a word here. Yeah. You don't want to describe it and, give them word for word. You want to really let them paint their own pictures with emotions and things. So, all right, we're going to go just like that.
We met down at the bar. He said, I like the way you are. Had a line of shots, we couldn't walk straight. I went back to his house to play, just like that. Weeks passed by and I stayed. We chased the sun, but the fun began to fade. And I don't know why. I just let the time pass me by, just like that. Just like that. Oh. He wrote the rules and we played the game. When he cheated, he said I was to blame. And I was holding the ace of hearts. So I called his bluff, just like that. And I'm on that wide open road, no one telling me where to go. There's no turning back. I'm on that wide open road, chasing a life of my own. I'm taking me back, just like that. Just like that. Digging through the fields and lies to find pink diamond in my ruby sunrise. God in my soul, and leading the way, driving towards a better place. I'm on that wide open road, no one's telling me where to go. There's no turning back. I'm on that wide open road, chasing a life of my own. I'm on that wide open road, chasing a life of my own. There's no turning back. I'm on that wide open road, chasing a life of my own. I'm taking me back, just like that.
And just like that, we are back on the ranch, brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. And if you'd like to be on the ranch, if we have any indie Americana people listening, all you have to do is go to my website. You have to spell my name right. It's Randie with an IE, randieoneal.com/shows. Fill out the form and we can get you on the show just like Ray did. And so happy to have you streaming in from Melbourne.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me. It's been such a joy. And I was going to say, we've had Love Me and Just Like That on the show. And can I just say, there are TV series out there with the same names, and I've released my songs before the TV series came out.
Okay, disclaimer noted. You had it out first.
We were just on the same wavelength, and we were making it at the same time.
You know what? We are so far behind with like Australian, Melbourne, UK TV. that we have a show, Broken Wood, which is out of New Zealand, and
Yeah,
they're up to season 11, and we have season 3 here now.
I know. I don't understand the release structures of how they do that. I'm really into like Outlander, which is like a English Scottish thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's so many different. I love film. I get more into. I do a lot of acting as well as my music, and so I love the two and how we create and tell stories. But I think Love Me was an Australian one, but just like that is the Sex and the City, the New York kind of follow-up TV series.
Oh, what's that?
Just like that, the Sex and the City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, our listeners were really loving your music. Great job from Billy. And okay, I was reading the timer. I thought we were running out of time, but a few more minutes. I'm like, what am I looking at? It looks like I'm here for an hour. No. We got more time. I'm all confused. And let's face it, you and I have so much in common. I can like go on like all night, like talking to you.
Have to hang out and write a song together. You're gonna have to come on my podcast, Songwriter Tris, and talk about your songwriting.
I'm coming on your podcast for sure. And, I would love to get a woman empowerment, like out of the ruins type tour going, or even if it's just a live stream or something. We have so many survivors out there, people who've been through a lot, male and female.
It's so healing when we're in the same room together, where it's a safe place to talk about it, and that's definitely something that I want to do with like my live music performances and the short film that I'm releasing, which is actually based on one of the songs in my new EP, and then my book. Like I really want to create that space where it's a live show, it's an event, it's a film, it's music, but it's also let's get together, let's talk about it, and let's find some healing in each other's connections.
I would love to do that. So we're going to talk more about that. So everyone listening, stay tuned for that, because between me and Ray, it's going to happen. So we're going to figure it out. We'll have to talk to Muriel. Beth. I have some people that we might have to be able to get involved in this, but
yeah, absolutely. And the more the merrier, really. It's
yeah.
One of those things.
Oh, we got some people who are looking forward to it already. So that's awesome.
We have to follow along, and I'm sure we'll spread it out as much as we can.
We can. That's it.
When you share stuff on social media, whether the algorithm's actually going to push it out.
You know what? When you finally share your truth, it's amazing. You're so scared because people, your family and people around you have kept it a secret. But it's amazing when you tell your story, you can find that support.
It's hard. It is hard because we have to let go of what we've always known, and we have to trust that we're doing the right thing. But it's definitely worth it because it can help so many more people. Yeah.
Yes. So, Ray, where can people find your music?
Oh, okay. So I do have some merch. So I have like there's a website called Buy Me a Coffee, which is a bit like Patreon. And I have merchandise, and anyone who supports me or buys merchandise through there, they're all the first to find out about everything, and I can email them directly. If they buy one coffee, it's $5. So you don't have to sign up as like a regular member. You can just do like one support, and you become a part of that membership. Otherwise, all of the socials is like, Ray Leigh AUS for Australia. So some people call it Ray Leigh House because it's all together, but it's Ray Leigh AUS, and my website is ray-leigh.com. But yeah, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, it's on all the places, and it's all the same at Ray Leigh AUS. I probably use Facebook the most, and then Instagram, and rarely TikTok. I don't actually understand TikTok. That's showing my age, but I don't get it. So yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at.
You're a YouTube
live. I'm a live. I actually don't like being online. I like being with you, Randie. Like I want to be person to person.
I love you.
Virtual hug.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna have you. Everyone, stay tuned because we are gonna be doing more together. Me and Ray. We're gonna put this together. We're gonna make things happen. And in the meantime, Ray, when you have new music, come back on my podcast. We'll talk about me coming back on your podcast, and we'll talk about making things happen.
There is lots going on.
Share a story. Okay, so hang tight for a couple minutes. The rest of you, thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're live on Mondays. That's when you can join in and have fun with us. But we have our radio stations in California, Plow Zone, and then we have My Indie Radio in France, and then we have all the streaming platforms you can find us on the ranch. So we'll see you around, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm on the road, don't know where it goes. I'm on a road, follow your heart, it won't let you down. Follow your heart, take the steps beyond your